think that cities run in cycles, up and down. And if you look at the landscape of cities in North America that have made improvements around bicycle transportation or investments, there's not a single one that has like consistently every year made it a top priority. They've all kind of run in cycles. Same thing in Europe. And so Portland was out of the gate first. You know, in the 1990s, when I was the bike coordinator and Earl Blumenauer was city commissioner, there was a tremendous investment made in those years. And a lot of cities, that's where they are now. It's kind of the first wave of investment. And New York did some early waves. They had some stuff earlier on, and then it was down for a while, and right now it's back up and a lot of investment. Portland was a lot of investment for a while, and then a quieter period where not a lot happened, and then a huge acceleration in the zeros. And it was a huge acceleration in not so much the total mileage of the network, but there were some key pieces to the network added during that time, like the East Bank Esplanade. So it's a 1 mile trail. So it's not a huge number on the network, but it was such a critical missing piece. And the Steel Bridge Riverwalk and the Hawthorne Bridge, the bridge improvement. So not a lot of mileage, but huge. It's like the chain was broken and the chain got repaired. And thousands and thousands of people started cycling because of that. Plus, city did investment in intersection improvements like signals. Well, that doesn't add any mileage, but it's still a really big improvement to help get people through an interchange or an intersection that was horrible. Plus, the city invested in some of the encouragement activities, and again, not big dollars, but safe routes to school. So they really started getting every school to see cycling as just part of the way kids get to school. And I led that for the city. And we had initially 8 schools, and then 17 schools, and then 25 elementary schools. And then it was expanded to all the elementary schools in Portland to have some kind of education around bicycle transportation in the school. So in addition, the city came up with funding and partnerships to do individualized marketing programs, which is encouragement activities, the ciclovias called Sunday Parkways. Plus the community, the cultural aspects all started clicking. In part, Jonathan Moss came in and he has this great blog. And then there were businesses that came here, and we had a study that I wrote about the economy related to bicycle businesses. And that study went nuclear, and it was to the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, and all these businesses started locating here, or entrepreneurs started thinking of Portland as the mecca of bicycle manufacturing. So a lot happened in the zeros that exploded bicycle use, although the network didn't change that much. So it's kind of deceptive when you just look at the surface of it. Then the city came back, and the politicians under Sam Adams, who was the mayor, really started investing again in bikeways, and added at that point 50, 60, 70 miles of particularly bike boulevards on neighborhood streets, which they called neighborhood greenways. Not a huge dollar investment, but a tremendous value investment. And now with the current mayor, he's kind of focused on the infrastructure maintenance and not so much expansion, but he just started a few months ago, so it's a little early to tell. I would say it's a bit of we're maybe in a phase of steady, not so much massive investments, kind of steady. But I think we're going to see over the coming years some, continuing acceleration in Portland. And I think, but it is natural to me that all the other cities in the United States are catching up, that they've all gone, oh, look at what Portland's done. We can do that. Portland State, where I also teach, I'm an adjunct professor at Portland State, and we created a program there to do 3 things. One is teach students in urban planning and design about bicycling and walking as the foundation of thinking around cities. And so those students we're almost 10 years into it, and those students are coming out and they're getting located in all these agencies. And so it's become instead of fighting against what the existing bureaucracy, we're seeing the lower levels infusing this energy. Second is we're doing continuing education classes for professionals. And so we're having people from all around North America come to Portland, and we have these classes, week-long and short courses, where they learn what we're doing, and they come back and they invest that and they infuse their own communities. So of course you're going to see more acceleration in Calgary because they didn't have anything for a while, and then they got really excited about it and they sent people here and they developed a whole program around it, and people got excited and the mayor got excited. And anyway, we also have a touring center at Portland State, and we bring visiting delegations here and they tour around Portland on bike, or they look at all kinds of things. So anyway, my point is, Portland is just ahead on the curve, and so many cities, thankfully, are investing in the energy, the infrastructure, the encouragement programs to catch up, and they're all kind of coming at Portland. So it kind of feels like, oh, Portland's not accelerating as fast right now, and I think that's fair to say, but it's just a good thing because it means that all the other cities are catching up.